Alright, here's some feedback on Man Food A2. So, I do want to say that the lighting outside is kind of ugly a little bit. Just the colors here are a little bit in your face. Like, a little bit, like, weird. I know that's not very good feedback to start out on. I just wanted to mention it because that was my first impression of the map is, wow, that lighting is ugly, or the texture lighting was ugly. So the biggest problem was, of course, that this was the spawn exit for red team when red team was defending the point, which is like right here. And we mentioned just having the door go back further, and I feel like a good place for it would be like right along here. So where I'm sitting right here in no clip mode, have the spawn room be back here, and then have a route that goes one over to this room, and then have like this door be just a regular shutter door, and then have this one be a regular shutter door too, and then have another route that goes from here into here. And the reason why you'd want that is because, so at the moment you have this big steel door here. What you could do is move it over to this one instead, and then have a route that goes through this sign down into here, and then maybe even block off this one with just a regular, like, you know, the metal fence prop. You could block this one off if you really wanted to, and then maybe you'd have to block so many off. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could. Alternatively, I don't know where else you'd move it, unless you just didn't want to have this entire metal fence, and then you wouldn't have to worry about blocking things off, and you could even just have the spawn exit go into here, and then you have to like turn around and go up to defend the point. That could be alternatively good. The reason you'd want to push the spawn back from the point is just so it takes longer for red team to resupply the capture point, because they were so close here with the resupply. Wow, I didn't even notice the cabinet was right there. But it was so easy for them to just resupply their frontline defense here that I remember as a demo man, you'd finally take out that sentry gun, or you'd finally take out that sniper with the help of a medic, and then they'd resupply and back in like 8 seconds or whatever the respawn time was. What is it? MP show respawn times. What is red? Yeah, 9 seconds. So they'd be back in 9 seconds basically, because their spawn is right here. But yeah, so just make it further away, and then that would be better. You might also want to use more displacements. Like, you have kind of a displacement thing going on here, and the flatness isn't too bad, because if you look at like Dust Bowl stage 3.1, like that area is really flat, and it seems to work out pretty well. So the flatness here isn't necessarily bad, but it looks a little bit noticeably flat. Maybe like put some hill around here, or make it more subtly, you know, like instead of just like bit boop, like with the 2 elevations, make like one here, and then make a new elevation right here or something that goes along and then slopes into this point. I mean, that's kind of like a detail thing, but it just might help with the flatness if you feel like it's too flat. I don't really have much feedback for the rest of the areas, but I mean, this spawn room also was just way too campy. It was like, I mean, you probably saw it too. It was just so easily camped. And I guess that's really all I have to say about the map. Maybe like somehow buff this. I don't know how you buff it. Maybe just increase the width of this so they have more space to get out, and make this like a one-way window. You can select like one face with the texture tool. Like, so left click texture, left click a face, and then individually just change its face to like a dark glass window that you can't see through. Just so blue gets like, you know, a one-way window, and then a team can't just sit there with like a sniper rifle and wait until they know someone's coming and shoot them in the face when they pass through the doorway. Also, I guess I felt like the routes here, I like how open it is, but it feels a bit difficult to tell direction, I guess. Maybe I'd have to play it a bit more, but it just felt a little bit strange. Oh, I guess this was also a spawn point. You might want to move the spawn point back somewhere. I don't know. Maybe even like back here or something. And then you can walk up through here and defend it. But yeah, so you know what I mean. Okay, that's it.